What's going on, Evenant? Big Jer. Back again, and today we're going to be going over soundscapes. Sounds like this. Those are some pretty cool sounds. As you see, we could use it as a single note, evolving type sound, or we could do a chord kind of thing. Let me show you how to do this. Alright guys, so first off, we'll be designing to a couple of these MIDI clips. We got a single note, which we'll be making the sound to, and then I'll show you how it works over here on the MIDI clip as well, the chords. And I'll be including both of these for you, no worries. Okay, so we are doing it to a C3. Okay, and we've got our serum that will open up right here. I'm going to go ahead over here and just initialize the patch. Okay, and let's go ahead and get into this. So the first thing we should do is get our oscillator going. Okay, we'll start off with just the one oscillator, go into analog, and we did use a PMW low pass, right? Low pass filter here. Okay, and this looks pretty cool. Let's see how this sounds right away. Let me just make sure that we're on the cool. Sounds good. Amazing, right? Cool. So let's go ahead and start adding some cool stuff to this. So first off, we want to make it nice and wide. So let's give it, some unisons. We'll bring the spread down to make it wider. Put the focus on the sides. Okay. And I think right away we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of noise. Okay, I'm going to go down and grab, I guess it doesn't matter, air can like 3 or 4 or something like that. So first off, let's go ahead and get our envelope working here for our sound. So let's get this guy kind of scooping in a little bit, and we'll have the release kind of come out a little bit. Nice, so it kind of scoops in, scoops out sort of thing. Cool. And let's bring this up an octave. Perfect. And this is looking pretty good, all right? I'm going to add a little bit of bend minus. Okay, and I definitely want to add some motion to this since we have a fun little wavetable to move through, right? So let's go ahead and do that as well. So let's grab this guy and bring it over here, and I definitely want to go both directions. So I'll use the Shift Option or Alt key, and that'll make it go bi-directional. Okay, it's obviously a bit too fast, so let's slow that down to like 2 bars, and we'll just put it on trigger so it always starts from the beginning. Perfect. Okay, looking good. So we do want this to be more of a mellow type thing, right? So I like this, the evolution that's happening here, and I like the sound that we're getting. But let's go ahead and add a filter because we want to cut out some of those highs. Why not add a multi-filter, right? We'll do maybe low high right here, something like that, and we can go ahead and bring in the other thing just like that. So now we have, it's almost like a bandpass. Well, I mean, it is like a bandpass, but now we have kind of control of the peaks and also this one and this one. So we could, do a couple of cool things if we wanted to. Great. Let's see how this sounds. Cool. So now that's definitely tamed. Let's bring this up. But now that air can, right, is like kind of out of control. So let's go ahead and mess with that a little bit. So let's use this guy over here on the pan, and we'll bring that back a bit. Cool, so that's kind of moving a little bit with this guy, so it's kind of making it a little more uniform. But I do want it to kind of scoop in a bit. So let's bring this down, and I'm going to bring this up like that so it kind of scoops in and out. And we'll bring it down to like, I don't know, maybe a bar, see how that sounds. Let's bring this in here, and it's something like this. Something like that's pretty nice. Kind of comes in on the upstroke. Pretty cool. Great. So I'm feeling that, loving that. Let's add our second oscillator. So we'll add our second oscillator. We'll bring it up 2 octaves. And this I'm going to leave right here like this because I want to add some bite to this. So we definitely want to put it through the filter. Okay, and here's how it's going to sound. Let's go ahead and bring the volume. Let's go ahead and bring the volume down just a little. Great. And at this point, we're looking pretty good out here. I do think we're going to need a little bit of control of this filter here. So let's go ahead and grab this guy and bring it over here. And let's get it like pretty dark starting off. Let's open it up a bit more. Nice, and that's going to give us a little bit of movement there, and I could just call this filter, and that gives us a little bit of a macro to move there. Cool, we're looking pretty good over here. I think it might be time to venture over to the effects section, so I'll see you there. All right, so right off the bat, this could use some hyper dimension. Okay, let's turn the mix down for a second and work on this guy. So I'm going to bring that down, and I'm going to have this come up, but I want this to kind of really move. So I'm going to use this guy again over here, and I'm going to make it bidirectional by holding Shift Option. Okay, there it is. Nice, it's just going to make it a bit wider. Now let's go ahead and add some unisons here to the whole sound. Nice. So I'm going to go ahead next and bring up my compressor, turn that guy on. Let's grab some compression. All right, perfect. Let's bring your release back. Okay. Okay, sounding good to me. And maybe we'll add a little delay here. Cool. Nice, I like that. Okay, bring our delay up a little bit there. Next, we'll just add some chorus for fun. Oh, but that wiggles too fast. Bring the rate all the way down. There we go. This makes it sound shimmery to the sides, which I like. And then maybe we'll add some reverb. Just a nice amount of reverb is good. Make sure. Cool, sounding good. Great, so let's go ahead and add ourselves a little EQ here at the end to make sure we're kind of getting the right stuff happening. But I think I'm going to add a little bit of action to this one. So I'm going to bring this guy over here, and I'm going to make it bilateral. So I'm going to hold in Shift and Option. Okay. Nice, let's give it a nice kind of motion to it. And I think I'm going to add a filter here right at the end. And I want to add one of these cool flange guys down here, and it gives it a nice shine. Nice, okay, that's all I wanted out of that. Let's go back to the noise, make sure this isn't coming in too hot. Okay. And we can key track that, maybe pick it up a fifth or something. See how that sounds? Yeah. Cool, I'm digging that. And I think finally I want to give it just a little bit of motion as far as the sub goes, but I'm going to make it optional. Let me show you what I mean. So I'll make it direct out. And I want to make that like kind of pulse with it. Show you what I mean here. I'm pull this up, pop that like this. Oh right, and I gotta put it on trigger. Maybe eighth note. Great. Perfect. I really like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the matrix, and here's the guy I just did it to, right? The LFO3, and I'm going to go and use the auxiliary source, and I'm going to put that on macro 2. So what that's going to do is I'm going to just label that sub. So what that's going to do is when it's in the down position, we don't really get the sub, right? But then when I turn it up, it'll turn on the option. Perfect. And also I have the option of the filter. So I think I want to adjust the other guy here real fast. Nice, sounding really good. Sounding really good to me. Let's go over to our global section. Make sure we're on high quality, and I'm going to switch this to super saw mode. Okay. Subtle changes, but you know, really could dial in the sound. So subtle changes, but it could really dial in the sound. And I'm going to go over here and adjust some of this stuff for the unison. So remember, whenever you have unisons here, I could adjust the warp mode and the bend mode because of that. So back over in global, let's see what we got. Cool, that adds a little bit of space, okay. Alright, I'm noticing a little bit of something there. Sure. Make sure this is down a little bit more. Sure. Loving that. Now we got the, check this out. Pretty cool, you can get creative with that. Well, let's go over here, make sure we save it. Okay, we can call it Aftermath if you'd like, that's what I'm gonna call mine. Soundscape, and cool. All right, guys. Enjoyed making this one with you. I hope you guys liked it. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.